All right. Well, as you know, TA, I'm very interested to hear what you think about. You have seen many NBA players, um, whether it is posting or getting involved. Or in the case of Steven Jackson, George Floyd was one of his
A good
high
friend of
school
mine.
friends,
Yep.
and I know you're close with Steven. And you have seen the outpouring, and whether it is from coaches, whether it's from this organization with the Grizzlies. And leagues throughout. So, I mean, obviously, this is much different, I think, than anything we have been through before in terms of athletes taking the opportunity to make sure their voice is heard on something. And so I'm interested in hearing your perspective on that first, like in terms of seeing so many athletes taking this opportunity and using their platform to try to educate people, get a message out, stand in solidarity, etc.
Obviously, that's a great tool to use. Being an athlete, obviously you got a fan base. People want to hear your side of things. Speaking out, pretty much. A lot of African American athletes are standing up, and you have other races. I saw Enos Canner leading the march. So just all different ethnic groups just coming together for this, the sickening act that's going on. As we know, the guy, stuck his neck. We found out the autopsy came back. That was the reason why he died. And I just think it should be a no tolerance rule for that. Personally, he did it with a smirk, almost like a smirk on his face. So he purposely done it. And it got to be a greater penalty for the. I think they need to change the police academy tactics and how they detain people. I think a lot of these police officers either they coming from hate beforehand, before they put on their badge. Some of these officers grew up taught like how to hate. You know what I mean? And then you get in position of power and you take advantage of it. I think the law should have a no tolerance. If you kill a person under that act, how you gotta detain a person, and you kill him off the rip, he should get 20, 30 years. That should be the solution.
Even excessive force.
That should be the solution, man. Half of these police officers get on these forces, be scared. They probably used to get bullied as kids, and then they get this opportunity. You never know. They got to do some type of evaluations, mental, background checks. It's a lot to be done. And yeah, we could speak on it, but the actual root of it is what they doing in these police academies, what they telling them. Are they scared? Because we know they life in jeopardy every day before this. You get what I'm saying? But are you scared to do this job? Do you got personal vendettas you want to get back at? Like, what's to you? You get what I'm saying? Because it's too many police officers getting off for this. And it's starting to be a pandemic. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And it hurt, and especially for my homeboy Steven Jackson, for him to actually know George. I just think like he the right person to lead this race for justice. And those cops, man, I don't feel no remorse for those guys. I think they should spend at least 25 to 30 years of their life behind prison from this. And I like the fact, everybody's standing up and talking, but it's an unfortunate situation for the world. For me personally, it's been a whole rough 2020 for myself. I lost my auntie, my uncle. Then you looking on at the world and seeing what's going on with the Kobe situation, George Floyd. I mean, it's a tough year, man, for everybody but myself personally. I'm fighting through it. I'm trying to, do the best as I can, and just trying to figure out the root of why is this happening. Is it hate? Is it racism? We gonna say racism, but some of these cops got mental issues. Some of these cops, it's something in their background. Somebody done something to them to make them be that way. Cause you can't tell me if I ain't never known police. I'm just saying if you a police, you mean to tell me you hire a guy who coming in to get a job and he telling you flat off the rip he's racist? He's flat off the rip. Like, you telling me you hiring these guys? What's going on? Because it's some tricky going on. And these police officers use that force to a point where they just taking advantage of their power, man. And I just think it should be stopped at some point. But this will be the turning point for that. After we see these guys convicted, we done saw Zimmerman get off. You know, Trayvon Martin, so many guys been. The guy in New York, the big guy, I forgot his name. You know who I'm talking about?
Eric.
They put the force on him. Mm-hmm. Like, man, it should. They got to change the police academy tactics in detaining people. Like, once you see you got force over a guy and you put them cuffs, I don't know if you ever been arrested, but I've been arrested. I know how those handcuffs feel. Once you get them locked behind my back, you might as well just hold my arm from there, because I can't do nothing from there. Why would you have to put your neck, why would you have to do any of that extra stuff once you put, you get what I'm saying? And I just don't see that, why that force is always pushed on our kind, and we stuck right here and don't know what to say. I'm scared of the police, honestly, Chris Vernon. Me personally, I'm so scared of the police. I'm talking about even getting pulled over. I ride a Rolls Royce car. I'm scared to get pulled over in my European car. Just because all the cop got to say is, oh, he reached for something. Oh, he moved. And then it stay word against mine. And don't let me have a bad background. Oh, then the media gonna really kill. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Oh, man, it's real. It's really real. It's really real. I'm talking about, I don't want no smoke with the office. But my voice, if I could say anything, man, I want to see what's going on behind in that police academy. What are they saying in these meetings before they send them guys out in them squad cars? Like we all got common sense. Like, come on, we all, I mean, we've been in situations where we seen bullies. You get what I'm saying? And that's what these guys feel like, bullies and murderers. That's the stain on the police officers right now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Everybody got these stereotypes on people, but I don't think it's no stereotype on them no more. I think this is what it is. Like, they telling people, if you have to kill somebody, kill them. If they don't, like, that's what it's looking like. If I could say the words, like, but it's like the police officers telling them, if you forced to have to kill somebody, we gonna let you get away with it. And that's what it's been looking like. And if anybody bagged a diff on what I'm saying, we could speak about it. But
they have a union that, and I think that there is a feeling that their union will protect them, right? And then this gets into a whole nother convoluted mess because you have then these why are the politicians and the mayor's office and all these people, why are they not harder on the police? Well, because then they go up against the union, and guess what? They want them and all their people protected. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, but our people dying.
Right.
Like, our people dying. Like, here it is, a man said he couldn't breathe. Yo, I can't breathe. What you think, I'm lying? What you think, I'm playing? You got my arms behind my back, your knee in my neck, and you telling me, so what, I supposed to just hold my breath until you get tired of pulling your neck off me? I mean, your knee off my neck? Like, come on, bro. That's man, he wanted to murder him. Like, and if not murder, he wanted to hurt him real bad, severely hurt him. You get what I'm saying? And
how when there's a video out there that we all see, how is this guy not behind a jail cell? I do wonder, does all of if they were swift, they put that guy in a jail cell that night, that cop, I mean, then it would send a message, this isn't right. But instead, 3 days later, you know, when they arrest him, it's like, what the hell is going on here?
And it's so scary for guys, and he was a tall guy too, you know what I mean? Tall, black guy. And I say that because I be a lot of places, and, you know, a lot of cats, you know, run up on me like, you look like Tony Allen, you look like Tony Allen. And I done been places where I done tried to get in places and police officers would be like, hold on. And then somebody would come tell them like, yo, it's Tony Allen, you gotta. Get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it'll be just that cop trying to be that aggressive. It scares me. Cause all it takes for just a cop like that who don't know who I am and put me in that George Floyd situation. You get what I'm saying? That wouldn't make it so scary now. Right. That wouldn't make it so, that could have been anybody. You get what I'm saying?
Do you think
Come on, man.
when you were growing up, did you have a mistrust of police?
Yeah, always.
From an early age?
Always.
They were never the good guys.
Never the good guys. I seen so many, like growing up in my neighborhood, I just seen the police put drugs on guys, put cases on them. I done seen the police beat up some of my friends and take them to the certain neighborhoods where they not supposed to be at, rival neighborhoods, drop them off, kick them out the car. You get what I'm saying? I done seen police just literally just beat up cats right at like that same way. You know what I mean?
And this is from when you're little.
And this was when I was in little. Like, and I'm just hearing stories from the older cats just telling me about how the detectives and police get around, and they probably won't never, they're gonna get away with it as much as they could. But I mean, I think now that it's with the video cameras and the camera recording, I think they starting to come out the closet of what they doing, man. And what they doing is just taking advantage of the badge, I could say, man, because it's hurting.
But you
our
can
people.
never remember a time where you thought the cops are the good guys and they're stopping the bad guys
never
from
thought
us.
that. I never thought that. Like, I never thought, because of what I seen, though, Chris. Like, I saw this kind of stuff. So it don't help me trust them, and now it's got me even more frightened of them now. Like, like literally, you done actually seen on TV where a person reached for a phone, got shot. You know what I'm saying? You done seen women threw down on the ground, beat up. You done seen police officers punch ladies in the face. You done seen this. Why wouldn't you be scared of them right now?
Well, and you weren't. You haven't been here. Obviously, we've talked a lot about Devin's situation. Devin went to go down to Memphis, Tulane. This is a year and a half ago. He gets pulled over for speeding. I mean, he's driving a nice car. Cop walks straight up, starts screaming at him. Why are you driving so fast? Puts a pistol in his face. Gets him out of the car. Devin puts him out of the car. I mean, shaken to death. You know?
And see, that's
and
what
Devin
I'm
didn't have
saying.
some kind of.
And that's what I'm saying.
Devin didn't grow up with some kind of incredible mistrust of the police, right? But the second that's all happening, he's thinking to himself, I've seen this on the internet. It's me now. You know what I mean? And now it's again, it's his word versus some Bodunk, Louisiana cop. You know, as to what's going to happen.
It's scary, man. It's scary. Like I say, man, it's been a tough.
So I mean, I think people don't. I think there's a lot of people that roll their eyes or dismiss it. But like, I don't know how many times we can have people on that are, you know, like you, that are willing to be just open and honest about this and how you feel. And I don't know how anybody with a sound mind can dismiss what is a true fear. I mean, you just say you drive a Rolls Royce. If a cop doesn't know you're Tony Allen,
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
How did he get this car?
And he gonna listen. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. It happened to me before already, though. Strip the car down, search the car down. Do you got a gun? Yes, I got a gun. Can you please get out the car? Bro, I got a registered, here go my, this the identification. So I need you to step out the car. Well, I don't want no smoke. Let me get out this car right now. You get what I'm saying? It ain't, you. At first you used to be like.
Were you pulled over for anything? Did they even say you were speeding or?
He said that I, you know, when the light get yellow, he said I didn't slow down through the light. I shot through the light.
That's what everybody does.
Right, but he was bothering me.
Yellow means speed up.
I'm pretty sure I did that like 4 times on the way to work this morning.
What kind of maniac stops at a yellow?
Yeah, right.
And then he was hiding to it, so so he was hiding, so it was like, so as soon as I shot through the light, I got through the light. I'm driving, then all of a sudden I see them. So, but make a long story short, he searched my car.
Why?
I don't know.
Because you ran a yellow light?
I don't know. I don't even know. I think, no, you know what? Hold on, I'm not gonna hold you. I think my tires were, my ex, what's it called?
Oh, yeah.
The
Registration?
Registration. It was like
Your tags?
Yeah, it was like a month after or something. But they was coming. They was in the mail. He looked it up online. He did all that. He got insurance, all that. And
so he asked
what I'm telling you this story is because I didn't want to bag the difference and be like, no, bro, I'm not getting out the car. I didn't want to just stand my ground because I didn't know how aggressive he would have took it. Mm-hmm. You know, but in reality, you supposed to just roll your window down, give him your stuff, roll your window back up. But nowadays, they taking it to a greater extreme and trying to see if they can find something or trying to see if they could just get some type of storyline. You know what I mean? And so it's scary to kind of ride sometimes knowing that
we searched your whole car because you have expired tags?
No,
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't have a lot of the registration stuff to show him at first. I didn't have nothing to show him.
Oh.
I just told him this car is legit.
Oh,
pretty much.
Well, that's not. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but I'm Tony Allen though, brother.
I understand.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yes.
That's what you just asked me.
Yeah,
if he don't know you is,
right,
I'm giving you an example.
That's right.
Where he didn't know who I was, and he took those extreme measurements to find out if this car is legit.
Right.
Which was cool. I didn't trip. But once he found out who it was, he let me go. But I was frightened. I was scared. And just he could have gave me a benefit of the doubt. Didn't nothing happen, but I was scared. And it happens sometimes. But he could have been a bonehead, pounded my car, did all the, like, you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's just scary at all times, man, being around the police.
How many times do you think you've gotten pulled over for nothing?
I ain't really get pulled over though, cause I'm doing speed limits. I do the speed limit. I might slide through a yellow light, but other than that, I'm staying out the way. Staying all the way out the way. You don't see the news? Why wouldn't you stay out the way? Mm-hmm. Even that situation scared me. Like, yo, I'm telling them, like, yo, this car's official, it's legit. You know what I mean? And those type of situations can go in today's world with the police.
I mean, the point is, you're scared when the lights come on.
Period.
If you left here, it's the middle of the friggin' day. If you left here and you saw police lights behind you, you would be terrified.
And if they pull me over, you know what I'm doing? I'm scared. That's scared, literally. If I've been pulled over before and I did that, and the police said, "Man, put your damn hands." No cap.
Come on.
No cap. I'm dead ass here. So you do that, and you could also be kind of like undermining them, and they kind of take offense to that. So it's like you don't even know how to to really what's the way to because if you do something wrong, they shoot you. Get what I'm saying? And then when you do this, they think you undermine them. So it's like they got you by the.
I hope that anybody that's listening to this can understand as you're listening to Tony.
No,
and
this is
obviously
real
you've heard
life,
Devin before. Look, I'm being dead serious with you, Tony.
Yeah.
That has never crossed my mind.
When you get pulled over by the police?
No. Tony,
It's
Tony,
never.
I was going to
That's crazy, though, for y'all to say that.
I have been pulled over for expired tags.
That's what you fear.
I've been pulled over.
as being a black man.
I know.
I'm talking about as a black man. I'm talking about these.
I know.
Man, hold on, Joe.
I've been pulled over for expired tags.
I'm
all
Tony
I got was a
Allen.
warning.
Cool. All right. Thank God be the glory. But every officer don't know who I am.
Understood.
You get what I'm saying?
That's right.
So it's either.
And you're physically imposing.
And I'm big. I'm
Yeah.
6'4", 225.
Slow down.
about 235.
Put on a little weight since the playing days are over.
I'm saying that to say I could come off intimidate to an officer who probably, I don't know.
Is scared.
That's all I'm saying. And a lot of times when African Americans like myself get put in those situations, you look on the news, you look on your Instagram, you look on your social media. What's been a steady thing that's been going on? Police injuring.
And it's never little, guys.
Okay then.
To your point. You know what I'm saying?
So that's what I'm saying,
It's
man.
like
And we could bring up a lot of incidents. We could bring up a whole lot of incidents. You get what I'm saying? We could just go to YouTube and just type in police shoots, police beats, and it's a gang of videos gonna come up. And I guarantee you a lot of those videos, majority of those videos, if not most of them, they are African American people, man. So I don't know if y'all see it like that, but
No, I just
This
I
what's
just
been
I
going
just told
on.
you it's the difference between you and me leaving work today, and I don't understand how. I would hope that everybody that's white, I think, is probably nodding their head. If I see lights in
For
my
what?
no, I'm saying
Why? This shit happening. This shit
what-
is on the news.
No, nodding their head at what I'm saying, which is my fear if I see lights is that I'm going to get a ticket. Your fear is that, and Devin's fear is that you're going to have a confrontation.
man, I might say the
You know
wrong
what I'm saying?
thing, get thrown hand, cause I could, man, it's just so many bad incidents from me growing up. You know what I'm saying? Seeing things happen and being involved. So it's like, I'm not finna be here for standing up for no police that I know for a fact nobody has like took justice to the highest power and said, you know what? These people should get charged like regular people with guns and regular people that use force to try to hurt. It's a crime. Let's act on it. And I think you won't. If that case would have just got put right to the front line, all right, he got to get charged. This is murder. Let's start this case up right now. It's time to fight it. And the verdict came quicker than what's going on now. I don't think you'll have this many riots. Because we want action. We want some results. I think as the people, we want results, man. People getting away with this, and it's starting to look like that's the norm. And that's not. That's not. I mean, so many people have fought for it to be changed, and I don't see no change. I just see people tweaking the system, and it's looking like it's in favor, of the police winning in each incident. Like Trayvon Martin, I mean, just go back to the Zimmerman guy. Like, these guys are getting away with this, man. Really getting away with it.
And this one felt like the real tipping point. It feels like we've had those in the past, but this one has elicited a greater outrage / call to action, I think, than ever before.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how any sane person can see that video and not think, what the hell is going on? This can't be.
And it's crazy, too, because my son be like, Daddy, slow down. The police are going to pull you over. Slow down. And then he always thinking like the police are going to go get the bad guys. And it's like, dang, I can't even explain to my son right now. Like,
How old is he?
5. Like, I can't even explain. I don't even want to turn on the news and show it to him because, like, in his eye, he think the police are good guys.
No, mine's 10.
You get what I'm saying? He like, yo, be careful. The police don't want you. Like, be cool, son.
That's right.
Like, it's not even I think talking to my son about what's going on right now might be harder than talking to him about as he get older and going through puberty and what he's going to face.
It's absolutely hard.
Like, I think this would be a harder conversation.
Well, I mean, but right before you came in, my son, William, his best friend Evan, from the time he's been 2. I mean, they were in That's the first person he knew, and they're like brothers. And Evan's black, and Lavelle, his father, I talked to him last night, and I was like, "Have you said anything to him?" Because they're on headsets. They're 10. They're on headsets playing video games, and I do wonder if they've even spoken about it. And we both said we just don't want to destroy the innocence. All they know is love. You know what I'm saying? And like it would be incomprehensible to them to think, this kind of stuff happened, and then try to explain that to them and what's going on, because all they know, right? I mean, it's never even been. I mean, obviously they're not the same color, but it's never been. I've never even heard it come up ever. You know what I mean? They're just friends. They're friends. They love each other, and they've been friends since the time they were 2 years old, and now they're 10 and they're playing together. And I actively, Tony, turn off the news. I do.
Yeah, you got
at
to.
home.
You
I don't want him to see it. I don't want him to know.
You got to.
I'm not ready for him to think the world is not what he thinks it
Me
is.
neither. And when my son go to school, it's crazy. So many ethnicities in the classroom itself, and he knows everybody by name. So it's like I preach that to him and give him the science behind it, and then it's like, oh, I got to pick a side now, and it's like, these my friends. I love this girl. I like this guy.
Kids are the ones that have it right.
Like these the kids that they shouldn't even. It shouldn't even be none of that, man. If they gradually grow into liking each other and becoming best of friends, and not even looking at what's white, what's black, and just pure honesty and friendship and love, I think that go beyond the color. Me personally, I got a good friend now, my boy Randy. White guy, I love him to death. That's my brother.
I know Randy.
I'm talking about, hey, I lose my mind over him. You hear me? If anything happen to him, that's my boy, Randy Poe. That's my guy. Ever since I met him, it never was about no color. You get what I'm saying? And that's how I take my friend, man, from love, loyalty, and love, man. Love, life, and loyalty, it all go together. You get what I'm saying? It don't got nothing to do with no color. You get what I'm saying?
I know that's true.
Let's just, man, we could get the world like that. We get the higher ups thinking like that. You get what I'm saying? Or the whoever in control of all these, what else going on, these police academies, and getting these folks the proper help, the proper mental guidance, they might be the ones need the therapy, the counseling. They might need to be getting the evaluation before they put on that badge, man. And realize what's what you fighting for, man, because you the police there to protect and preserve, not beat and kill. Get what I'm saying? So I think it started with what they doing at the police academy, man. I hate that, we have to explain this to our youth.
Well, because here, Tony, you see this too, right?
It's tough,
you see this. You see this with Fresh. I see this with my kids, and you wonder. We know we're around kids every day, and we know
Every
the way
day.
they think
Every day.
about the world and what they believe to be true and what they know, and the way they interact with others. And I can't tell you how many times I sit there and I say, "What happens? What happens?" And that's what I'm not ready for. Like, why? Why? It's somewhere along the way, these kids, all these adults that we see, they were all little kids one day that they knew love, and they didn't think of each other differently, and they didn't treat each other differently, and somewhere along the way, it's like that innocence is lost, and that's what. But I wish he could stay 10 forever. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much love in their heart, and there's so much want to do good and want to do right, and there is a right and there is a wrong that he understands, and just caring about everybody. That is what a kid has that gets lost.
And it's
Yeah,
we could change the narrative though. Like I said, just put the right people in the uniform, That's all. If you got some hidden agendas before you coming into this, I think it needs to be set in stone. It's right there, man. We doing the right thing, standing up, expressing our feelings, our voice. But
the swift action to this is obviously that is base level stuff to me, right? Like you had those guys. I saw one story last night, and forgive me if I'm getting this off, but like the guys that were involved in another killing, and everybody's body camera was off, all gone. Like it's not negotiable. Like what are we talking about here? Why is your body cam?
Wait a
off?
minute.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. So when
Like
the body cam, why your body cam off?
Right.
So that's a murder. That should be murder. Like no, it should be a no tolerance, man. It's
That's right.
Serve and protect shouldn't be beat and kill.
This is easy.
That don't add up to it.
Right.
It's beat and kill. Every video, beat and kill. Serve and protect, beat and kill. It look odd to me, man.
Well, the crazy thing. All right, so we talked about you've got a son. He's 5, right? Your daughter's in college.
Yeah.
You
21.
talk. You say anything to her
But
about
she
this?
watching it right there with me as we look.
What does she say?
None.
I mean, she's off at college except for this coronavirus. But I mean,
Yeah, that's what I was
she
saying.
would be off at college.
She would be off of college, but right now she just been staying tucked, looking at it. She been doing a lot of praying and stuff. Her and my wife, they pray a lot. So, like for the world itself. So, they just taking it one day at a time and hoping for justice and change like everybody else. It's just like I say, it's sad. Like
she's really into religion. And
yeah,
like your wife is.
Yeah, and so they just every time I leave out the house, they say a prayer for me. Just little stuff like that. And then it seemed like a small thing on an everyday basis. Like, let me pray for you before you go out. But guys, my frame, my size, my build, you know what I mean, my skin, you have to do that because you never know what could happen. And not just with the police, just in the world itself. Like, we talking about racism and things that nature. It's people, it's cats that's coming out here, kids going and shoot up places, and it's all type of stuff going on. But the mental aspect of the birth and how they growing up is part of the reason. So if you feeding racism in your kid and your seed as you grow up, and they get into these higher positions like it's a police, what you think gonna happen?
Right.
So
what were they around?
Like that being negative and feeling like that don't come overnight. Right. And I grew up in the gutter and never had not one feeling about a white person. Like never cared to whether you was white or black. Like I'm from the Chicago area, 95th and Princeton Park, the Low Home Housing Authority.
There was no white people in there.
Ain't no white people there. So when I see white people, it's like, oh, they go, like at growing up, it's like, oh, what's up? You cool? You all right? Love. All right. You get what I'm saying? Because of me being so just not having nothing. I don't got no use to not hate nobody. I don't need to hate nobody. I don't got nothing. You get what I'm saying? Yep. A white person might be my friend to help me get something. That's how I always looked at that. It ain't never been no racism in me. I ain't never cared about no color. Get what I'm saying?
Right.
But everybody ain't me, and that's what I grew to realize, that certain people's stance on it is different. But, I mean, this right here speaks on that racism issue because of how it's so bluntly put in our face. Like, video camera, we seeing it, raw footage. And so you speak on racism. But me starting out, it's like, it gotta start from within. You gotta be genuine, true to yourself. Like, all right, I don't feel no type of way about nothing. If we could put our minds on something to get something done, then that's gonna be the solution. I can't feel no type of way about you because of this issue and this going on. No, what you think? I'm gonna hear your opinion about how you feel. Okay, you feel that way. I'm sorry you feel that way. I don't feel that way. You might be a racist. I'm not. But I still got love for you. Stay out my way, though. You get what I'm saying? Don't touch me. I ain't gonna touch you. Show respect. I give you respect. That's how you supposed to move as an individual. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Proper preparation gonna prevent poor performance. See what I'm saying? So I ain't got no time, no energy for that. You get what I'm saying? That ain't my field. I don't even see racism, honestly, until I turn on the TV. Get what I'm saying? My everyday life, I got friends I call all the time that's white guys. I don't see that, Chris. Excuse me for even talking like this, but I don't see it, bro. When in my everyday life, you know what I mean? When I'm going through. But when I turn on the TV, it's sickening. It make you cry. It let you know this shit going on.
Yeah.
So you can't turn your eye to it. You can't not speak on it. We got platforms to talk about it. Everybody talking about it. But we just got to change our approach and how we take on the situation. Let's not choose no sides. Let's just go ahead and do everything we could do to improve love, man. That's it.
The only time, and this is a moment of levity, the only time I can say that I do feel like you see race is if I bring up a white guy and say he could score on you. And then all of a sudden it does become about race.
Yo, son. So I gotta take off my glasses. Son, I was giving you my political stance.
I know. But I have never. There's not one white guy I've ever brought up.
Oh, man, he got me sweating, bro.
That your answer has not been.
He got me sweating, bro.
Never get a bucket on me.
And I ain't racist. But they ain't getting no buckets on me. I hate to say it. But I can't name the last guy. White guy that got a bucket on me, man. Oh, he's silly, man. Man, you're silly, man. You got me sweating, bro.
This dude sitting there.
Oh, man.
Impassioned, beautiful speech. I don't see race.
That's where it stops.
And then TJ McConnell takes you to the rack.
Y'all funny, man.
You never score on me. All right, I'm glad we got a little laugh break. I do have to ask you because you were off last week. You talked about 2020. 2020 has been a bitch for you. It has. Aunt, uncle, all this crap going on in the news. And then 2 weeks ago, it was Coach Sutton. And that's why we missed out on you last week. I know you, very valuable. I was so happy. You know, I left you alone through this, but I was so happy knowing that it had not been long since you saw him because you had gone there that same day that there was I remember talking to you about it, and if you had gotten to see him, that same day that you came to the game that night. You went down to Oklahoma State for senior day, right? Isn't that what it was? And then we talked about him because he got inducted to the Hall of Fame. But he passed away 84, so I mean that's obviously very full life, right? And you saw so many people, including yourself, come out of the woodwork talking about how much they impacted them, not only as basketball players but as men, right? And how important he was to so many people. And you, many times unprompted, have talked about him over and over again. And I know it's not easy to talk about it, but when you got the news, I know you were wrecked about it. And there's a celebration of his life that has taken place now with Coach Sutton, but I'm sure there is some moment where you reflect on how much he meant to you and the impact he had on you.
Yeah, a huge boost to my life, a huge just father figure, a huge mentor, a huge just a legend in my eye, as far as coaching and just the way, you know, he know the game or whatever. But more importantly, he was more like a father figure, like I could say, like, you know, kept it straight with me, like kept it all the way strict. Like he didn't ease up on me, and it was all for the better of my good. So like when I look back at all those times he yelled at me, times he pushed me to be even greater, like I just thank him for it. And just not even just me, I want to take myself out of this and just, like, he helped a lot of African Americans come through his program, go to the NBA, take care of their family, go play overseas, put them in the mindset to how to work hard, you know, time management and getting things done. just motivated me in so many areas. And it was just a loss.
What is it
tough loss.
about him? Like when you sit there, like I think you see Tony Allen, you see John Lucas, you see the Graham brothers, Ivan McFarland, like this great Oklahoma State team that so many people know, right? And then you see an older white guy, right? That's what he is the coach of this team, and yet his ability to have this insane bond, because you talk about him differently than most players talk about a coach. You just do. A lot of players don't feel that way about their college coach, that they had that level of impact. So you clearly come from two totally different places, right? Why does this, and so many guys on your team did, so why did it work so well? What about him enabled him to be able to get through to a lot of young black males on his team?
I just feel like with me, he didn't lie to me. He kept it all the way up front. And a lot of my time while I've been playing basketball, you know, I've been getting a lot of promises that didn't come through. You know what I mean? And this situation and opportunity was so key, because when I first came to Oklahoma State, that was one of the things I asked him. I'm like, yo, will I be able to go to the NBA? And he leaned back, crossed his legs, and said, if you listen to everything that I tell you to do and give me 110%, I don't see why. And I did that, and I kept in tune with him all the way through the flick, like just keeping in tune with him, and just he's been watching my games when I think he wasn't watching. All the Oklahoma City Thunder games he was watching. So he watched my whole career, he watched me. And I just thought it was always like a challenge for myself personally to try to make him proud, like to make him give me my credit. You know what I mean? And I think when we beat Oklahoma City that first year, he was at the game, he had came to the practice or something. And he was like, yeah, now you see why defense was so key for your career. He like, that defense you're putting on Durant, he was calling him, like he was telling me about the series, and you know, he went back to just bringing up some of the techniques he was knowing, like he was noticing rather, like that I was using. So it all makes sense, man. Like Coach Sutton gone, man, he'll never be forgotten. Like I said, he helped so many athletes that in my color, like African Americans, like that help get degrees, and you know how big that go a long way in someone's family coming from where I'm come from. I'm the first person in my first male in my family to graduate. You know what I mean? So that was big, and just making me keep books first. There's so much I could say, man. And he motivated me. If I don't go to Oklahoma State, I don't think I'd be first team all defense Tony Allen. Like I don't think I win a championship in Boston. I don't think I make consecutive defense teams and Kobe Bryant noticing who I am if I don't go to that. And I just thank him for just redirecting my whole game and my mindset to play both ends. Because when I got there, I only thought about offense. I was newcomer of the year and player of the year. I wasn't thinking about no defense. But he helped me have that tool and put that in my bag, and I just thank him, man. I love him. I really wish he could have been here, but I know, man, doing 84 years on this earth, man, he did a lot and he helped a lot, and that's what gonna stand out. He helped guys like myself come from all the way nothing and get on a platform and show out. He helped me. He could have easily said, no, I don't like this cat right here. He got braids. You know how some coaches was doing back then. I don't take kids with braids. They was petty back then. Coaches was petty back then. Like, oh man, he getting in trouble. He got a background. I don't want him. Coach Sutton didn't give up on me. He gave me a chance, and so that right there itself gonna go forever till infinity, and it's always love. Gonna be forever OSU love. Period.
Do you find yourself thinking about things that he either said to you And now especially even as a parent. Forget basketball, right? And I'm sure if you were coaching a basketball team, you would find yourself, almost just out of impulse, right? Being like Coach Sutton in ways.
Yeah, cowboy time. I remember I think it was my first practice or my second or third practice. I ain't sure. I had came to practice late. I was trying to figure out, the campus, didn't know around the campus. He was like, you know what cowboy time is? He was like, getting there 35, 45 minutes before you got to be there. That's being properly prepared, getting you ready. Stay ready. You don't got to get ready. You get what I'm saying? And there shouldn't be no reason why you getting into practice late if you are a star player. So that came a long way with me. Like, yeah. And then I think he had heard I came to study hall late too. So I guess he had let a few things build up, and he pulled me to the side, gave me that game, and told me I should always be places 30, 40 minutes earlier. It represents you in a prepared manner. And I took that with me. Like, so even now when I used to go to the gym, I try to get there an hour and a half before, just so I could be ready for practice. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's a lot, man. I those 2 years I spent with him and just him following my career all throughout the league, I'm thankful for having, and I'm blessed to have him be as a part of my life.
But you feel like even now, as you're retired player though, but like that time management thing, you still to this day, you always remember. And he's the first one that probably jumped you for
because
being late.
I mean, in high school and junior college, practice started when I got there. That's how juiced up I was. But that's how he humbled me.
Yeah.
Like breaking me out of my habits. Like, that was cool then, but that's not gonna fit for a Doc Rivers. That's not gonna fit for a Lionel Hollins. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I think he kind of got me mentally ready for those tough-minded coaches like Coach Doc Rivers, Coach Hollins. You know what I mean? And he helped me to be mentally prepared for coaches who probably wasn't so, had the window open for me. You know what I mean? So
I talked to you about that a couple months ago, and I had found some story. This is after he made the Hall of Fame. Remember, I went back and I looked up all those stories, and there was the one, and I can't remember what newspaper it was from. I want to say it was like New Jersey or something. But some writer was chronicling the NCAA tournament. Did y'all play in New Jersey? Do you remember?
Yep.
You did?
Rutherford. East
okay,
Rutherford.
So you did. Okay, so it was in a New Jersey paper, and it was this whole story about how he was mad at you and John Lucas, benched the two best players, benched them, and that you were sulking mad on the bench, clearly, and he had taken a timeout, and he walked up, and he hugged you. You were mad at the coach, and he hugged you in the middle of the game. And that's not his personality, right? His personality is not
sit over there, think about it.
Right.
You should be mad. You come in here and turn over the ball and cross over and trying to do all this, and it's a turnover. The team's on points off turnover. I'll be like, man, why I turn that ball over?
To make you feel so bad.
Right.
But he could tell, you were mad. You tell you were mad. And there's I can't remember who the writer was, but he chronicled this moment.
Yeah.
Where he starts hugging you in the middle of the game. And
after that I went off.
Just knew that's what you needed.
Yeah, and I don't know, sometimes, I get in my feelings. I've been getting them. I'm an emotional guy, whether you know it or not. I get in my feelings about some of the pettiest stuff too. So it was one of those moments where, I thought I probably shouldn't have came out the game or something like that. And I think I must have said something. I talked back to one of the assistant coaches or something, and he pulled me to the side. And I was mad. And then I think, how I go, like the person who I'm guarding probably got 2 extra buckets or something. Mm-hmm. And then he just came down there and was like, it's going to be all right. Give me a hug. You get back in the game. You need a hug, Tony. Give me a hug. I don't want to give him a hug. Come here, give me a hug. Gave him a hug. But he put me right back in. So you know how that goes. You want another hug? No, that's my dog, man. Rest in peace, Coach Sutton, man.
It's
That's my
great.
guy, man.
No, I mean, look, and I know until your dying breath, you're going to be talking about him and honoring him, you know.
Every time.
In his life. I know.
And you know the story don't never get old. The helmet and shoulder pads.
Never. Can you imagine?
I kind of cheated that drill a little bit
But
too, Coach.
could you imagine?
Like,
could you imagine?
Is that going on right now?
Oh, my God.
In somebody's program?
Oh, my God.
Somebody getting fired.
Dude.
Somebody might get fired.
There would be protests. There would be protests for that.
No cap.
You know what I mean?
No cap.
I mean, they'd be like, you can't, with all the stuff that everybody knows about concussions and everything, now they got football.
Man,
They got basketball
on the
players
basketball court.
playing in football pads.
Yo.
This guy, I mean, you could see it. It'd be on Outside the Lines, you know, them doing a real report on it. Bryant Gumbel on Real Sports HBO, you know,
Man.
how far is too far?
I don't-
Coach Eddie Sutton, you know, and then they say, warning, some of the images you are about to see are a little disturbing.
Right.
It's Graham twins and Tony Allen
And
running into each other helmet first.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
You go to, I mean, they would, oh my God, the world would go mad if somebody did that now. It's hilarious. But you miss guys like that, you know what I'm saying? You do.
Yeah, but
You got rebounded the next team like 47-12 or something.
yeah, and that definitely was a carryover from the helmets. Yeah.
It's so easy to rebound without pads and helmets on.
Yeah.
Tony, thanks for coming in, buddy.
Man, thanks for having me. Man.
Hey, look. Hopefully we're at the bottom on 2020 and we can start moving in the right
moving up.
direction.
I definitely feel